What is up, y'all? Welcome back. The question today is this thing, the JXP10mm from High Point, worth 150 taco shells or less? I have seen this thing for sale for about that much and even less used. I don't know what the current going rate for these things are now, but I'm assuming they're only gonna go down since we're pretty much in a slump right now. Now, I'm not gonna beat up on this thing right away. I'm just gonna show it to you, maybe beat up on it later after we shoot it a little bit, but it's not all bad. Let me just give you that little spoiler alert right now. This thing definitely has its shortcomings, but it also has its positive points for its price point. It's for the most part a very reliable 10mm option on the affordable side of things. Let's put it on the table and let's take a quick close look. All right, I'm gonna speak in very blunt terms. I'm gonna get through this as practically as I can, so nobody get offended real quick and think I'm trashing it. This is just an honest, no BS review, tabletop, whatever you wanna call it. So, with that said, let me start off with, we have some pretty janky plastic grips that are screwed on with probably a wood screw for all I know, onto this pot metal or whatever you wanna call it, piece of cast iron manhole type of material. I don't know what it is, but that's what the slide's made out of. That's what the frame is, or that's what's attached to this polymer frame here. This is just a plastic, I don't even know what you want to call it, extruded looking piece of something, Tupperware. It must be strong enough to hold some sort of weapons lights or something, but you can just see from the reflectiveness, and I wish I could have you guys touch it, but the touch of it, the texture just says cheap plastic. Camera guy literally just compared it to a toy gun feel. I don't know what this stuff feels like up here, but it just feels weird. We do have some slide serrations that are supposed to help you out to rack it, and trust me, you're gonna need it, because there's one heck of a recoil spring in here. We have a threaded barrel, which I don't know why you would want to thread this barrel, because who's gonna really hang a suppressor off of a 27-pound gun anyway? We do have what I would call minimal serrations here in this plastic backstrappy thing, because even with serrations, I mean, you can just roll your fingers and hands right over it. It's not really adding to the grip at all. The same serrations up front, really can't call it much of anything. It's not holding on. I could do this all day long and it won't even burn my finger. The same serrations are on the trigger, and no, I'm not gonna touch that right now because it is loaded. And overall, this texturing here, it's cool looking maybe, but it's just really not much of a texture. It is an improvement over the original High Point texture, but not much. Even this texturing or cuts, whatever you're gonna call this on the magazine, it's not really that much. They're supposed to have something on there to help you extract the magazine if needed, because let's be honest, it's not exactly drop free. I just popped it, it's not drop free. You do have to pull it out. Again, I'll do it again. Pop, it's not drop free. The sights are very janky, they're plasticky, they're somewhat adjustable. We lost a chunk of paint out of it right off the bat when we started shooting it, so there is some white paint in there. Originally they're red. One of them's more red than the other because, like I said, a piece of the red came out of one of those. This safety right here is actually pretty janky feeling too. It just feels like a bent piece of metal. I mean, it feels like something you just picked up off the ground, bent, and shoved in the gun. I know I'm being hard on this thing, but really, this is just terrible feeling. And I'll show you the trigger on the range, but I can tell you right now, it feels like a Windex bottle. That's how I've described it before. I'll say it again. It's like squeezing a Windex bottle. Now that I've thoroughly beat the crap out of it in the tabletop, let's get it out there on the range. All right, this single stack magazine appears to hold 10 rounds. I think that's what I can squeeze in there. We're gonna find out right now, but yeah, you're limited to a single stack 10-round magazine. That is just not cool. The first ammunition we're gonna run through it is just some basic S&B. This is really light sauce 10mm, 180 grain stuff, not traveling very fast at all. Everybody knows this is not true 10mm, but it's enough to at least practice with. And yes, you did see that thing loaded previously. Not one loaded in the chamber, but the magazine loaded, because I keep it loaded with critical defense or duty. I think it's critical duty. I keep it with a holster in my truck. This is actually a backup gun that I don't care if it gets stolen. I don't want it to get stolen, but I do actually carry this thing as a backup gun in my truck, or a, hey, I forgot my primary carry, at least I can strap this thing on. Let's see if it's gonna go ahead and run basic range ammo. I do trust it with the critical duties. I'm not gonna waste those today, but yep, it does get at least kept with me. I wouldn't say carried, but big old cut chunk. So it chambered one. We're 20 feet off that steel. We're just gonna make a little noise. I will make an effort to actually make decent groups. I'll give a couple shots, maybe the first 5 shots I'll try to get good decent groups with, or a group. What a trigger, gosh, and that's just a huge ka-chunk. Try to watch it. Maybe I'll slow down a shot or two, but you're just gonna see one big, huge ka-chunk. I mean, you can just feel it kind of actually have a bounce. I wish I had a high-speed camera. I think it goes back, forth, and then back and forth one more time. We're getting a decent group. We just got lead splashed down on us. I know I'm taking my time, but I'm actually trying. Let's go look real quick. So we're able to make a decent group here. We can get our hits. It's not comfortable at all. It just totally feels weird in the hand. The trigger stinks. I'll show it to you here in a second, but at least you can score some hits. All right, camera guy had a good idea. He put the slow motion camera up, or at least our version of it. So I'm gonna go ahead and extend out. I'm not gonna hold it properly because I don't wanna get in the way of the camera that's over here to our left. I'm just gonna show you guys the reciprocation. Hopefully we catch it. I don't know if the slow motion helped you with anything other than seeing what an I-beam looks like moving in slow motion, but let's show you the trigger. So the Windex bottle, I'm gonna be shooting downwards at a really weird angle, but I'm shooting into a compost pile, that's why. So trigger, I'm not gonna call it slack or take up, it's just called mechanical looseness because it's sloppy as heck, and then you're gonna squeeze a Windex bottle and eventually it will go off. It's really weird. Now, the reset, I can't even feel the reset. I'm telling you, you can't even feel it. So again, see how much I was able to squeeze? Now there's no consistency to that. It doesn't smoothly roll. The first time I kind of just popped through it. The second time I was able to make that motion through it, but see, I get there and then it'll go. Now I'm gonna try to feel a reset. I really am. I don't feel it yet. Is it there? No. I might have felt it. Is it there? No. Here? No. Here? No. I felt the edge of it like you're picking a lock right about there. So, oh, and I rolled right back off of it. It's there. I've got it again. Man, that thing is rough. All right, and for this one, I'm going to shoot one-handed. I'm just going to kind of ride the recoil so that you see what kind of recoil you might get out of this ammo in this gun. That's about where I ended up. Slide locked open. All right, being a direct blowback kind of a gun, let's see how aluminum case 200 grain Blazer does in this thing. 5 rounds loaded up because I don't have a whole lot, but let's just see if she'll cycle them. And at the same time, let's do an inertial reload attempt. Some guns do it, some guns don't. This one apparently doesn't do it. Just more information for you guys. So I'll put a proper grip on here so I'm not limp wristing. Oops, see, I tried to go ahead and let the slack out of that trigger and take another shot, but I got right to the edge of it and stripped off the edge of it again. You gotta let almost all the way out on this thing. You literally need to like let off of the trigger. Oh, and I had a little post-ignition push and it didn't cycle it, or it didn't lock that slide back. It ran all the ammunition, but it didn't lock back. It didn't like that. And I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but it is definitely puffing out this case towards the base. All right, real quick, let's run some hot stuff through her. We got 150 grain Nosler Sporting handgun. It's a hollow point. It's a nice hollow point, but we got 12 grains of blue dot behind it. It's not max blue dot, but it's pretty warm blue dot. Let's see how she does with that. And I just noticed something with this gun that I can't believe I haven't noticed before. I went to go ahead and do a slide release rack, and there's no slide release. Oh my goodness, wow. Okay. Body shots with the high point. That's pretty warm. But it can shoot it. All right, limp wrist test, same ammo. It's pretty warm. It's actually gonna help the gun out, but I'm barely gonna hold this thing. I have, I think, 4 rounds in there. I'm barely gonna keep a grip on this thing safely enough, but see if we can induce a limp wrist malfunction. Try to hold it a little bit looser than that. She actually ran them. Pretty good. I mean, this is what it is. This is literally what it is. Is it worth 150 banana leaves, pinto beans, whatever we're trading for it that day? That is really a hard question. I mean, as a brand new firearm, 150, that sounds very good. That sounds enticing. A lot of people will make all kinds of cases of ammo to train with and all this other stuff. No, no, no. I'm gonna be 100% honest. Now, I'm not gonna tell you not to buy this thing, but I'm just gonna say that in my opinion, it is not worth 100 beans. You can get police trade-ins of some very, very nice firearms right now, shooting 40 Smith & Wesson 9mm 45 357 SIG every now and then. Not really 10mm often, but you can just get better firearms. Now, if you really want to scratch the 10mm itch and you want to do it with a high point for some reason, I guess you can do that. But trust me, you're not going to experience it like you should. It just feels ka-chunky. It doesn't feel good at all. If you're thinking about this thing for a carry firearm, I highly recommend against it. There's so much wrong with carrying a high point in general. And a 10mm high point, you're just adding to the problems. Capacity sucks. Just shootability is just eh. The trigger is horrendous. I mean, you might as well have a 10-pound trigger in it. I'm not trying to trash it. I know what high point's trying to do, and I know high point has some serious fans, but in all seriousness, I cannot recommend this firearm. I've trained people for CCW, concealed carry class, concealed handgun license type of stuff. And I'm telling you, I take that stuff a little bit more seriously than others. This thing might get you hurt. Now, I don't want to say, like other people would say, that thing will get you killed in the streets. That's kind of a dumb way to say things, but this thing might get you killed in the streets. With that said, leave a comment, let me know what you think. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope to see you at the next one. And until then, stay safe, have fun, and keep shooting anything but a high point.